more than a game. Baseball bonds families. It can lift a nation out of dark times. It reaches across cultural divides. It knights its greats with titles like Iron Man, The Express, The Kid. For most, it is a long-standing passion for a team, and sometimes seeing a dream realized. But for a select few, it is a calling. Baseball is a journey, a long journey. It can humble us, it can break us, but those who make it through the fire will have a chance to make a place for themselves in the pantheon of gods, forever changing the game and its lexicon.
Oh my, that's a Ruthian-style blast.
What's going on, guys? It's Mr. Affleck 9916 and welcome to the MLB 17 The Show. Road to the Show, that's right, yet another Road to the Show series on this channel, yet another year of MLB The Show, and it looks like a pretty good game this year with the Road to the Show. We are going to be creating a center fielder. I want to welcome all of you into this video. For my long-term subscribers, welcome back to the channel. As you guys know, and as the rest of you are about to learn right now, the last 2 years I made two Road to Show players. One was second baseman Jeff Davis, and then closing pitcher Jack Davis. We're going to go with outfielder Matt Davis this year. Going to be the third of the three Davis brothers, if you want to put it that way, to finish out what will become a trilogy. So we had 100 episodes last year, didn't get as many as I liked, and this year my goal is to pretty much upload every day for the whole year, unless I start doing some other series and then I'll mix it up. I don't know, we'll see what happens. But I want to, play as far through my career as I can. It's going to be a lot harder with a position player, obviously, compared to a closing pitcher like I had last year, in which you can just kind of whip through the seasons a lot quicker. That's pretty much that. Road to the Show here in MLB 17. A lot of changes that they brought to it this year. You see the new player creation. They added some things that weren't in there last year. There was stuff like cheek fat, all kinds of crazy stuff that I had never seen in there before, but it's good. The more customizable you get, the better you can do. I think I did a little bit better at creating a player that at least maybe 1% looks Asian. I don't know. He doesn't look Asian at all. You'll see at the end what he ends up looking like. I tried to do that last year, and that's still a complaint that I have off the bat. It is really hard to make ethnic players. You can make white people and black people because their faces kind of look the same. You just change the skin tone. But if you want to make Hispanics, Asians, Native Americans, anything like that, it's really, really, really hard. Everyone says that Asians always end up looking like Native Americans. That's how it was last year for me. And I don't know. I think they need to give you a template if you want to make a player from another country, because I think that would be fun, You could add some storyline into that, right? A player comes over from Japan to America to play baseball. Or, a player escapes the poverty of Honduras to go play baseball. That's something that's huge in baseball now. Players coming from all around the world. And I don't know. That's something I want to see. And it'll be 18, I guess. But that, way too early to start talking about that. I'm just finishing this player creation here. I went with one of the new hairstyles. I didn't like it, so I changed it to another one of the new hairstyles by the end. Kind of similar to my hairstyle last year. Not quite as wavy in the back. Going with the new batting stances. There's all kinds of stuff like that. I went with Legend Stance 29. Working on my home run celebrations and all that kind of stuff before I finish out what will be a power-hitting center fielder. Once again, I did an infielder and a pitcher the last 2 years, so I wanted to go with a center fielder this year and more of a power hitter so I can hit a lot of home runs, because that's something I haven't done on MLB The Show in a couple years of Road to Show. Making my glove a little fancy, that's about it. Making my bat dark. I don't really make many other changes. I like to just let it go. Let the team-specific uniforms be how it is. I don't notice that stuff once I get in game, to be honest. Anyway, another thing though with MLB The Show, Road to the Show this year is a lot more interaction. They've been hyping this up for a while, and I've been really excited to see it. Apparently you can buy a house and stuff. I'm not sure if it's that detailed, but there's a lot more, and here we go right off the bat. Boys, they're going to start calling names anytime now. Make sure you are good and stretched out for the 60, meaning the 60-yard dash. My only option there is to continue, but already you're being introduced to your managers, you're being introduced to people on the team that are going to talk to you, have you make decisions, as you'll see later in the video. This is something we've needed for a while. Hitting coach wants to talk to me. He says, give it all you got. I can say, should I try to hit bombs or should I just say okay? I'm just going to say okay. I'm trying to be humble early on in my career. As you guys know, I don't like the cocky show-off baseball players. I'm kind of a old-fashioned guy in the way that I just like the humble and, you know, I guess people who just don't try to show off, people who don't act all arrogant on the field. That's just kind of how I am as a person and what I like to see on the field. I know there's many YouTubers, probably even on YouTube, that would disagree. Of course, YouTubers on YouTube, that was a stupid thing to say. But there's a lot of people that like the, you know, the swag players, as they would say. You know, I'm kind of the opposite. Derek Jeter's one of my favorite players. You see how he acts on and off the field. He's pretty much my idol for how I wish every baseball player could be. And as you guys who have been subscribed to me for last year know, Bryce Harper is pretty much the anti what I think every baseball player should be. Him and like Jose Bautista. Did I just call him Joe Bautista? Good Lord, what a stupid thing to say in a video. But here we are working on our hitting. And I think this was in the game last year. I don't know, because I just did a pitcher. So I'm just trying to remember what I saw other people do on YouTube last year. I never did a Road to the Show hitter. But, you know, just getting a few easy pitches off the bat, and I kind of screwed up on this session. I didn't do too well. That was probably the best pitch that I had right there, and it was my last one. But our draft stock did go up a little bit, so obviously that helps. Next person that talks to me is the bench coach. We're looking for sound fundamentals, young man footwork, arm strength, accuracy. Show us you can field your position. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to start out with a fly ball to our left. A little bit of distance for Matt Davis to run on this one. Good God, I'm going to call him Jack Davis 1,000 times. When I did Jack Davis last year, I called him Jeff Davis a whole bunch, and I'm going to be all confused between these three guys. Trust me, you'll guys hear me make that mistake more than a few times. But we catch our next ball to our left, and then we have a couple fly balls to the right to catch, and that's pretty much what this session was. A couple to the left, couple to the right, couple forward. As you'll see in a minute, the camera changed on me and I got kind of out of whack on my run right there. Next one's going to be throw to third. They're going to hit this one just to my left, so I have to go catch it and then throw to third. And I kind of messed up because the setting was on, you had to push the button to throw to third when I used the stick. I changed my settings right after that play. Now I have to throw home though, and I'm going to catch this one. Here's the throw of the plate. Can I tag out the runner? It wasn't a bad throw, but my arm is not quite at that accuracy and power yet. I'm obviously only a 50 overall, 18-year-old prospect. It's also weird now that I'm 20 in real life to have players that are actually younger than me in this game. It's like, what, 2 years ago I could have been in the league? My gosh, hard to believe. I ended up dropping one here and then making a bad throw, and my draft stock still goes up. So, kind of hilarious that it didn't go down after that. But our scout wants to meet with us. Hey Matt, I'm Jeff Evans, and I'm just going to say my pleasure. It's exciting after he tells me I put on a heck of a show today. I want to be humble once again. You know, maybe I'll get a little bit more confident in myself, show a little bit more confidence once I get to the big leagues. But look, I'm just trying to be that guy who's, you know, not wanting to get into any controversy right now in my career. I can get into plenty of controversy later on in my career if anyone mistreats me like the San Diego Padres did last year. You guys that were with me last year, remember that. They sent me down to AAA in like my third year in the bigs when I was not even playing that bad. So I ended up going to another team and winning the Reliever of the Year award in their face. That's what happened last year. This year, we have all this new stuff. I'm in my living room, it looks like. I like his map on the wall. The oceans are all multicolored there. But my advisor calls me, Matt, now that you did all you could at the scout day, you need to decide what your next move will be. I can say, I wonder how many clubs are going to be interested. How much did I impact my draft stock? And that was nerve-wracking. I'm curious what the scouts thought. I don't want to say that was nerve-wracking. I don't want to make it seem like I'm unconfident. So I'm going to say I wonder how many clubs are going to be interested, right? I think every kid's going to be wondering that at his first scouting combine for Major League Baseball. And the advisor says, I guess we'll see. Your scouting report will be released around the league shortly. And as I'm told, it will likely leak to the media as well. And I'm going to say, should I pay attention to that media stuff? I think I know the answer. I think the answer is going to be no. But let's see what my advisor says to me. He says, hard to miss these days. When you do see things written about you, good or bad, try to take them with a grain of salt. Let people talk. And you know what? I'm going to be a little cocky here. I'm going to say, yeah, haters going to hate, right? Hey, I think that's fair. There's times where being a little cocky is fair, right? When other people are like that to you, you give it right back to them. So I'm not completely subdued. Sometimes I can show a little bit of don't mess with me. And that's kind of what I want to make Matt Davis. I want to make him like me a little bit. But that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you want to watch what I hope is going to be a really fun Road to the Show series. And for now, we will see you next time. I'm Mr. Affleck, 9916. New video coming tomorrow. Peace.